Let's go. Let's do it. Going live. We're live. Hey, welcome everyone to our first podcast. It's Serj and Sheposaurus. His channel is in the description down below if you're watching my channel. Serj streams on Twitch. He streams on YouTube. He just started a new YouTube channel, so check him out. We've been playing a lot together, and we thought, you know what? Let's do a podcast. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about what's going on, and let's just have a little fun. What you're seeing is the background of an old play on my screen. Hey, Sir Jack, you want to give yourself a quick introduction?
Absolutely. So, my name is Serjek. I'm sure most of you guys know who I am by now. Um, but yeah, I mean, he pretty much covered it. We just wanted to talk about the state of the game, go over some patch notes, and have fun bringing you some new roar content. Show you guys that this game is actually being developed in the background, even though it's 20 years old.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. So let's roll right into it. How do you feel about the current health of Return of Reckoning in 2026? Is the realm balance improving? How is the developers' communication and patch cadence? How often the patches are coming out? And do you think the weekly and monthly events are keeping players engaged?
So let's start from the top, shall we? There was a lot to that question, right? So what was the first part
Yeah.
of that question? How do I feel the state of the game is in balance, right?
Yep.
So
In 2026.
I feel like whether it is perfectly balanced or not isn't necessarily the topic here. It's, are they trying to make the game balanced across the board for all different aspects? And the answer is just simply yes. They are trying. They are putting out content to make things better for all players. Now, obviously, 100% of the people across the board are not going to agree with the changes, but they are trying and they are listening to the community. They are part of the community as well. So, they want to bring um, balance to the force.
100% agree with that. It's although some of the changes a lot of the community hasn't liked, most of them are pretty well received, and the cadence, the amount of patches that are coming out and the speed at which they're being updated are insane. We just got a brand new patch today.
Yeah, with
Good
balance
timing, February
changes.
13th, with balance changes, new live events, new secret boss release with new items. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at these changes real quick.
Yeah, so the
Uh,
balance changes, right? They hit tanks, uh, witch hunters, witch elves, slayer, marauder, witch, choppa, warrior priest, archmage, shaman, discipline, disciple of Cain. They hit everybody except for chosen with balance changes today. Everybody. And
it's huge.
some, I mean, not everybody, but a lot of characters got some good changes. uh I have heard some outcry about witch hunter and witch elves getting a pretty massive nerf. I think the witch elf and witch hunter problem has been a problem for too long. Perma stealth across the board is bad, so now they have their stealth was nerfed to where they can't instant stealth and then use their stealth mechanic while they're instant stealthed. So now they instant stealth for 2 seconds and then they have to recast their stealth. So it allows for actual um, gameplay. You can
Counterplay
you can counter it
for actually
exactly.
counterplay, right?
It allows
Which
for
is what the game's all
counterplay.
about. It's a
Right.
PvP
You
game
shouldn't.
where one person's against the other. You shouldn't be able to be locked down forever or have someone with a free way to escape 100% of the time,
I
right?
promise
There's
you,
got to be
this
some risk
isn't
involved.
going to affect the top players. The top players are not going to have a problem. It's going to be a little bit harder for them to get away, but that's always been a problem. Stealth characters in MMOs have always had a get out of jail free card when nobody else does, and it's not cool. That is solved now. They don't have that get out of jail free card. They actually have to play carefully. And great. now everybody's on the same playing field. They still do have that 2-second instant stealth that they can use to get away for a second and then recast stealth, but there's counterplay now, and that's fun for everybody involved. Sure, witch hunters and witch elves are going to be crying, but okay, don't care.
It makes it more fair for everyone else. I scroll
Yeah.
all the way down here. I had to scroll all the way down this page to get down to the balance changes. There was a melee patch just recently, a DPS overhaul,
Right.
and this and a few
Melee.
things were overchanged, and they came back right away on this patch, and they reversed some of it, changed some of it. That's
Yeah, so
fantastic. The devs are
another good
listening
one.
to the players. So good.
Slayer, and Choppa no longer get melted by casters when they are in Furious. So Slayer, when they're in Furious, when they're using Furious, are no longer 25% less resistances. Same for Choppa. That's huge,
That's
man.
huge.
A lot of
Huge.
things for them have had their AP reduced. I mean, the balance changes are great. I think that what the point is that they are making changes based on player feedback and what they're seeing happening out there in scenarios and in RVR, trying to make the game better. That's the point we want to get across, right? So, outside of balance changes, you were talking about what the state of the game is. I mean, the state of the game is a positive one. They're making good changes. None of these changes have been across the board just bad changes. The PvE side has had massive updates. Gunbad was reworked. Lost Veil has been rebalanced and tuned. BB they haven't messed with yet.
Bastion Stairs. Let's talk about
Bastion
that brand new
Stairs, the
secret boss,
Chef's Kiss,
Serj
man.
and I got to
Great
which
encounter.
Serj and I got to test out. I'm excited to try it out in live
Yes.
and see how to actually unlock him.
They
They did such a good job.
They based on our encounter, they did buff the fire damage though. So you can thank me personally because I told my group to just
for why it's harder
to just deal with it, and we ended up killing the boss, and so because of us they made the fire do more damage. So you're welcome for that.
They added new mounts, 90-day mounts, so not just gone in a month. Now you got 3 months with a brand new mount. They're adding exclusive capes for achievements, which is fantastic. It makes people actually want to run the content. And my God, let's talk about the new mentor system.
Okay.
Where players can take time to assist new players, gain rewards for it. There are mentor quests added that award mentor marks now for helping players complete tier 1 PQs.
22-hour cooldown.
Sacellum, killing players, do PvP.
So
and
if you have somebody daily. Lower than level 40 in your warband, and you have the quest, and you get 20 kills with them in your warband, then you're benefiting them by letting them be in the warband for not being level 40, right? So the whole point is they want you to... The new player experience has been dog eat dog. There has been no... If you're full Sov and your friends are full Sov, there's been no incentive for players to go help other players. So
that's
the
really
incentive for me has been the more people that are playing the game with me, the more fun the game's going to be. I have this mentality of MMOs, social MMOs, are more fun with more players. So the incentive for me for helping everybody else in the realm has been that. But now there's actual rewards in the game that give you an incentive to help other people. And like I said, up until now, the new player experience has been kind of, you're just thrown in and there's no real guide. There's the advice channel and you get put in the beginning guild at level 5, but that requires people to want to help you. There's no incentive for these people to want to help you. Now there is. So this is the beginning of getting players on board to make the new player experience better. It's bringing the social community, the social aspect back around to help players that are just getting into the game.
And that's really what keeps this game alive, right? That social aspect. It's such a small community. You're going to play with the same people over and over again and get to know, like, everyone knows who Mercy is, right? Mercy's on the field, everyone's calling it out. You know each other. It's a very social game, and being able to, have an incentive to bring new players into that fold is just a way to keep the game growing. Um,
That's what we
Moving
want.
more into the PvP, uh, also in this patch, the new scenario Matchmaker finally here.
Yes,
Supposed to
and
balance the classes so both
it works
teams
great.
have a similar amount of healers, tanks, and DPS, and it does that function really well. But I
If
know I'm seeing a lot of players complain that there's
it
long queue
so
times, and
okay,
that's
the
because
only people
we're
that are
oversaturated in
complaining
DPS.
exactly. The only people that are complaining are the people that are playing DPS. If you are a
I think people are
DPS,
going to start rolling tanks and
right,
healers so that
because
their queue times
you
aren't so
get
long.
50% more renown if you queue as a class or a role that is needed, and they never need DPS. They always need tanks and healers. But Surgic, what if I roll a DPS tank or a DPS healer? You can do that. You're just going to be queued as a DPS. Oh, well, then I can just respec whenever I get in. No, you can't. Once you queue and you accept that queue, you cannot change your setup once you get in. So if you queue as a DPS healer, or if you queue as a healer, you are going to be healing that scenario. At least that's the intention. So if you queue as a healer, get ready to heal in a scenario. If you queue as a tank, get ready to tank in a scenario. So honestly, all the way around, I think it's a good change. It rewards the roles that need to be um, queuing. And the only people that are not benefiting from this right now are DPS. I'm sorry, guys, but DPS always has the benefit anyway. So,
There's so many. There's so many DPS.
uh,
Oh,
I want to talk about the new ready check system really quick. Okay. So if
okay.
you
Yeah, I
type
haven't tested
slash
that
ready
out.
check, it's pretty cool. If you type slash ready check, it will give the people in your party or warband a pop-up on the screen that will ask them if they're ready, and you can click yes or no, and it will tell everybody who is ready and who is not ready, and it will eventually time out. The UI is pretty nice. It looks good. The bio break. You can trigger a bio break
Can
in
anybody type
seconds.
a ready break?
I
Oh,
don't know. I do not know. It says try out the following commands while leading a party or warband. So only the leader. So you can type
okay.
bio break. So you know
Okay,
how
that's
we've
good.
been using the warband lead helper timers? Like, okay, we're going to take a break and I'm going to put a countdown. You can now do that with slash bio 600 for 10 minutes. If you want to do a
I think
10-minute break,
that's
you can do slash
fantastic. Like
600 seconds or whatever.
anything they add to the UI that doesn't require someone to go download a
Get an
third-party
add-on.
add-on
Yeah, I love it.
is huge win. Huge win.
The next one is slash vote. If you type slash vote, there is a drop down menu that people can select what kind of content they want to do, whether it be scenarios, PvP, RvR, PQs, a specific dungeon, and then they get to vote on what you want to do. Now, I don't see this being used as much, but the ready check feature and the bio break, I think those are going to be used a lot.
Oh yeah.
The slash vote
Well,
thing is
as soon as
cool.
Tyrex and Blue Shift stop using their their shout and region commands and
Yeah,
like, oh wait, we could just use this now. I'm
yeah.
curious at how that plays out.
It's only going to be affected. It's only going to affect the warband and the party, but it is really cool. Um, yeah, they did quality of life changes. Purple seeds in Lost Vale, bags and Vale seeds in Lost Vale, capes in Lost Vale. Um, Biorot Burrow now has a mount. Uh, Crypts now has
Is
a
that the
mount.
Griffin mount?
It's a Rot Beast mount.
Rot beast,
Super
rot
rare
beast.
drop.
What?
I
I
don't
thought they
think it's
added a
in
Griffin
the
mount as well.
game. Um, Dragonback Pass now has a mount, so if you do Dragonback Pass,
Nice. The
you
RAM, right?
actually need to, yeah, you need to bring a tank, a DPS, and a healer, no matter what level you are. So even at level
It's going to
40, you
teach
can
you the
go,
mechanics. It's a
yeah.
fantastic dungeon to run, especially if you're new to the
If you've
game.
never
And
played
now
an
there's a mentor
MMO,
system, so you
yep,
get rewarded for helping people through it. Explain the mechanics of the game to new players, and they'll start their journey off that much better off.
yeah. So, uh, Chapter 22, Etane's Chapter 22 has been fixed, so the Phoenix now will properly aggro on players instead of stay up in the
Destro can get
rafters.
Griffin now. Yeah.
Um, there is a Griffin mount, yes.
So lots of changes with the patch. Fantastic. Applauding the devs for that. Let's shift the conversation a little bit more into RVR. Let's take a broad topic here. Um, let's talk about the psychology of realm pride here. Why do
Oh,
order and destruction always think the other side is favored or has a bonus,
I
right?
don't I don't know if anybody has seen this, but there was a really good video put out by Josh Strife Hayes, and he covers this topic uh, in a different way. He talks about how people assign their identity to the game that they're playing. And I think that that psychology, like when he talks about a game in a way that you don't agree with, you feel personally attacked. So if he says this game is not fun, people take that as he's attacking them. And I think it's the same psychology. People attach their personal identity to which faction they choose to play. I play Destro, other people play Order, and when you are fighting against the opposite side, you don't see the person sitting on the other side of the computer. You see a character that you want to kill, and it becomes ingrained that that's the enemy, right? And it's there's a lot of nuance to this, and I'm not going to deep dive into it. But the reason why I think
The
people
tribal
feel
mentality.
I think the reason people feel like the devs personally favor one over the other is, the grass is always greener. I'm always getting killed by shadow warriors and witch hunters and white lions, so it feels bad to play against. Go to the other side, man. You're going to
Yep,
be
you'll
getting
see the
killed.
same stuff happening, the
It's
same arguments happening in region chat.
But
And
people
on
don't
that,
want to play on the other side, and that's fine. You don't have to, but you are assigning your identity to which character and which side you play, and to an
but there
extent
is a
there's
group of
nothing wrong
people
with that.
who I'd be really interested in hearing, how do they feel about it? How do they feel? Do they like order more than Destro, even though they play both sides? Or is it just like, hey, I got friends on both sides, and that's why I play on both sides?
I know people that do play on both sides. I know a lot of people that play on both sides. I'm going to level a order tank so that way I can help out the other side. I've been asked multiple times over the last few months, hey, can you please come help us out? Nobody's doing what you're doing on order side. So my mentality is I don't like to gatekeep information and I don't like to gatekeep content. I believe all the game is free for everybody to play. I don't mean actually like free. Everybody should be able to do the same content. If you're unable to do the content because of your personal limitations, fine. But if other people are preventing you from doing that content or they're holding information hostage because they don't think that you're worthy of that information, then that's not cool. So, um, where was I going with this?
I don't know, man, but it was good.
You started saying something. I just got lost. I just got lost in it,
You
man.
got lost. You just kept going. That's all good. Um, what do you think about realm faction lockouts?
Oh, I
So
remember
you
where I
know a
was
lot
going
of
with it.
people
I'm
who
sorry.
play order and Destro. Do you think people abuse the lockouts? Do you think a lot of people have other
I
accounts
don't
so that they can,
I don't
quickly
think
log
that
over and join the winning side?
yeah, so there is I think I've heard something about people mentioning that having multiple accounts is okay. You just can't play them both at the same time, right? The way around realm swapping is to just log into your other account. So if I want to play on Order right now, I play on one account. And then when Order's not doing well, I log out of that account, I log into a new account, and I play on Destro. And you
There's
can
no real way
swap.
to stop that,
You
though.
can't stop that. The what it comes down to is if you want to prevent people from swapping sides, give them a reason to stay. Like
Even if you're losing,
even if
even
you're
if you're on the
losing,
losing side, give a reward for that.
if
Something
you
that makes people not want to
so
switch.
if you are not winning in a scenario, you're not getting kills, you're not taking BOs, and you're losing, people just leave the scenario. And then you get sucked into a scenario that's losing and you get no reward for it. So how do you fix that? Obviously, you don't want to give the same reward to the losing side, but it doesn't feel good to come into a match that's already lost and you get nothing for your time. So maybe for that situation, you penalize the person for leaving a scenario early. And I mean, there's so many things you could do. I'm just
Hey, what
spitballing
about
here.
this? What if you go into a losing scenario, you're losing bad, but you stick it out. For the people who started and ended that scenario, what if they get a special loser's currency, right? Where it gives them a temporary buff for the next scenario. Or would that be unfair?
I think that would be. Oh, I think that would be cool.
Or
Like a 10% losers buff.
well,
Right?
maybe not
Like
even that. Maybe like a 1 or 2% uh
a
bonus
stacking
to
buff until you win, like 1% every time you lose. That's
I don't
honestly
know about that.
I
I think a
know
stacking debuff would be too much.
I wasn't serious. I was just thinking of like previous games that I have played where every time you don't defeat a boss that you get a stacking buff but until you win. But
Right.
um
Or
no,
there's a loser's gear, right? The devs are always talking about they don't really want to keep going vertically on the
no,
gear
of course
that
not.
new gear you get. They want to go horizontally because if you increase the gear gap, that's just bad for new
Yeah,
players. It's bad all around.
it doesn't
Maybe
feel
there's
good
I'm gonna
and
call it a loser's gear set that you can pick up for being in loser scenarios. You get a special currency that allows you to buy this gear set. That's just like a sideways upgrades from like Vanquisher gear. Why not?
I'll tell you
Um,
what. I don't think that that will work very well.
okay,
There just needs to be a reason to not leave.
yeah,
Whether
something.
okay, you leave now so you get a negative 25% penalty to renown gains for the next hour, or you get a negative 25% chance to earn um, war crests. You know what I mean? Like reward the players that stay. Like they get a 25% buff to renown for the next hour, even if you lose. Like that's a good buff, right? It doesn't make them stronger, but they get more renown for sticking it out.
Sorry guys, I'm having a buffering issue. YouTube's not getting enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Hopefully the recording is still good.
Did you hear what I said
um,
though?
yeah, yeah, I
Okay.
did.
Like an experience or renown gain for sticking it out would be a good reason to stay.
Yeah, yeah.
An increased
Especially
amount of
mid-tier
quests
and
gained.
T1 scenarios, having, that experience gain, and renown buff. 1%,
Uh,
2% more renown.
what was the original question though? I feel like we got off track.
We did realm faction lockouts.
Okay.
How are they being abused or perceived as being
So,
abused?
um, you, if I want to mess up the opposite side, I can pull a ram and I can pull a ram and prevent the other team from getting the ram in the right spot. Or I can split the realm by pulling a ram in multiple different places. Like those are legit play maneuvers that you can pull with some communication, which is okay. It's just if I play Destro and I want to go onto Order side and uh, troll them, there's nothing stopping me. There are ways in other games that they've introduced when you can swap as many times as you want to between the two factions. It's just if you do, then you can no longer get renown for a certain amount of time, which would be a great way to prevent realm swappers back and forth, back and forth. So the problem with the current system is if I engage in PvP, then I can't swap for another 45 minutes. Okay. But it doesn't stop. It doesn't start from the time I leave PvP. It starts from the time I enter PvP and engage in it. And I think that's wrong. I think the timer should stop or start when you stop engaging in PvP, if that makes sense. So if I'm currently playing in a lake and uh I just got into a fight but now my side's losing. If I've been in the lakes all day, then there's nothing stopping me from leaving. I think the timer should start from the last time you engaged in PvP. That's my own personal belief to stop the swapping, but just stop. Don't prevent people from swapping sides. Just prevent them from gaining renown for swapping sides for the next hour.
Interesting.
There's no
But that
reason to limit people from
would be
swapping
rough.
sides.
That would be rough. So, are you saying that anytime you log in, even if you're logging into a new account, you won't gain anything for an hour?
No, I'm saying that if I'm currently on Serj and I'm in the lake in a keep defense and we're losing and I swap over to order and I want to participate in this keep attack, and now I'm on my other tank on the order side, which I currently don't have,
You just
but
don't gain renown.
I just won't gain renown for that hour. So you can still participate, you can still help, but you don't get rewarded for it. I don't
So
think
going along with
think you should be limited in the amount of renown you can gain when you first log in. I'm just saying that if I swap sides.
when you swap. So it wouldn't stop people, even though it's against TOS, it wouldn't stop people from swapping accounts. But it would stop
wouldn't
people
stop people from
on the same
swapping
account.
accounts, but it's not against TOS to have more than one account. You just can't play them at the same time. You cannot multi-box.
Right. So continuing on with that, the swapping of classes, unfair things. How do you think class balance is
Hermit
currently?
is saying
With
that
the
it is
latest
against the
patch?
term as
Yeah, Hermit said that in mine as well. I'll have to read that.
I was under the impression that the TOS said you cannot be logged into multiple accounts at the same time. Not that you can't have multiple accounts.
Yeah, I'll have to reread that.
Yeah, I can.
Dino Mike! Welcome, buddy. Sorry about the stream quality. You can rewatch it afterwards.
Yeah.
So what do you think any classes are currently out of balance, like completely out of balance? Months ago, I felt that way about a few classes.
I don't. That's a hard
White
question.
Lions. But recently, I mean, they've done a lot of balancing, and I don't go into an RvR or scenario match and feel like, oh no, they're all white lions, we're dead. It's actually been super balanced. I felt like it's been good fights. Everyone has the same. There's no class that I run into. I'm like, oh, this is going to be an easy kill. It's like they just have a different kit. It's strong. It's strong in its
A
own right.
good
If the player
player,
plays it
a
correctly,
good player
they
is a
can
good
make it
player.
work.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yep.
matter. I
I think the class balance is
agree.
really good right now.
I agree with Hermit. A Blackguard, Ironbreaker, they have a ramp up time before they become
Hold up.
actually
Hold up.
useful.
That patch that just came out, I have a feeling, I haven't gotten to test it out, but they might have gone
Yes,
very far into
they
fixing it.
they
Look
did
at
a
this Blackguard.
change. It
Hateful
makes it to
Strike now
where,
builds
yeah.
10 hate.
So they didn't
The
have a
IB should have
way
it too.
to build
Grudging
hate
Blow
right off the bat.
now builds 10 grudge.
They just had to be attacked or have their dark, what is it
Or
called?
equip the tactic. Or equip the tactic that can allow them to build grudge from attacking. Now they don't have to waste a tactic slot.
Right.
Now they can build grudge
They can
right off the
actually now they
bat from the
actually have
first
builders
strike.
and here's the problem though. Without having any hate or grudge, they're
Warrior
still
Priest
kind of
Dynamite.
weak, man. They're still kind of weak.
I don't know. Have you played it today? Have you played your Blackguard today?
I haven't played my Blackguard today, but 10 hate isn't enough for me to do anything with. Not right off the bat.
Hold up. 2 global cooldowns, you got 20 hate.
Oh
I
my
mean, this is
God.
going to build up so quick, and you're
It
gaining.
will
You're
build
gaining
up,
hate
but
during that time.
yes,
You're
I
getting hit.
understand.
You're gaining hate.
Oh my
and you're
God,
hitting, and you're gaining hate.
I understand that it will build up, and they've increased the build up time. They've made it to where you build up faster, but it doesn't solve the immediate problem, which is without hate, they don't have any AoE. Without hate, they can't really do the big buffs. Without hate,
They do have AoE. They do have AoE without hate.
That you have
They have 3 AoE skills that you can use without hate. One of them you don't.
Okay.
2 of them you do. And you also have challenging shout, which you don't.
Well, I don't want to use challenge as an AoE. Like that is your everybody has challenge, right? We can't say that everything's balanced around tanks having challenge.
Right.
But
so you enter battle. You hit with Hateful Strike. You gain your 10 hate, right?
And you're
and then
getting
you can
hit.
AoE
So
with your free AoE. You're getting hit. You have someone guarded, and you have Dark
cooldown on
Promise
free
on
AoE?
someone. It's I want to say 15 seconds. But by that time, you're gonna have 20 hate, 30 hate.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to.
AoE.
I'm gonna have to play with it. I don't think it's better. Okay, let me say that again.
You don't think it's better? This is huge.
No. Let me say. Hold on. Stop. I think it's better. I just don't think it's good enough.
Oh boy, it's way too soon to say that, Serj.
I know. I need to play. I know. I said that.
Yet.
I know. I need to play.
I feel like this is what. Since I played Ironbreaker over a year ago, this is the one thing that has been asked for Blackguard and Ironbreaker is a way to build hate from attacking. And they kind of did that, but you needed to use a tactic slot, right? So, on Blackguard, you could use a tactic slot, and and it worked. Like when I did a build with that tactic slot, where every time I crit, I gained hate, it was amazing. But I lost a whole tactic slot just to do that. Now I don't need to lose a tactic slot, and I could spam Hateful Strike, right, and gain 10 hate each time. That's, oh my God, this is the biggest like quiet change that they've done in a while.
No, it's I think it's a good change. I think it needs to be more than 10 hate, or I don't know. 10 hate's a lot. Like Hateful Strike, 10 hate. It's just
that's 10%.
At
10%
the very, at the very beginning of a fight is where a blackguard is the weakest. As the fight continues, blackguards become very, very, very good. So once they have generated hate and they've been in the fight for a while, amazing. Really good tanks. It's just the initial stages are the problem. And I think
So now you could build it quicker,
yes,
and
but
it's going to be a game of positioning where you
right,
can't be the front
but
line.
it's
You
always
have
been
to
that
be
way.
second line.
No. Okay, there was a suggestion, and I believe Hermit made this suggestion, and I agree with it. I think there should be like a 2 to 5 minute cooldown ability that you can use to build snap hate right now. Just like 50% of your hate right now. But you can't use it all the time. It's a very long cooldown. It's just I need to get into a fight that I'm not prepared for, and I can just
I think a 3-minute
50
cooldown would be okay. 2 or
yeah,
3 minutes.
like 50 hate, like 50% haste or hate right now. I think that would be a really good thing because you could jump into a fight that you're not set up for and
Or make it be used
be
out of combat.
good. Well, it could.
You have to use it out of combat and it'll last for like 10 seconds or something. So you use it as a pre-engage.
I don't know. A 3 minute
I feel like you could
cooldown
be
on snap hate would it. You could choose when to use it. It could be before
that could be
combat
so
or
abused.
I don't think so because if you're in combat and you have no hate because you just spent it all, like you have your Dark Protector getting slapped already and you're generating hate with your Hateful Strike now, and like you have your tactic to generate hate, like you're going to slowly
I can
build up
agree with
again.
that.
But like 3 minute cooldown to generate 50 hate, that's not going to be abused. How do you abuse
I
that?
don't think it needs to be 3 minutes. I think so. If you put it in line with the other generators, so let's look at Doc, right? They have a ability that you can gain
Speaking
soul
of
essence
Doc,
on a 10-second cooldown. Maybe it's like a channeled. Hold on, hold on.
I'm not interrupting.
It's like a channeled ability where you can gain hate by standing and not doing anything, right? You channel for a couple seconds, and during those seconds, you're gaining hatred. They could balance it that way, so it's not just like an instant gain while you're
You know
doing
what?
other actions. I think that would be fair.
I do also like that. I do also like that. What is going on with my? Why is it not?
So we're getting to the end of our podcast here. We still got a lot of topics that we wanted to talk about, but there's always next week, right?
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do that. It'll be a Friday thing. We'll try to make it happen. I wanted to close out our podcast by.
Well, hold on. One thing that we can add to this that we don't have to discuss next time is the healers. Are the AoE healing needs to be nerfed. Single target healing doesn't need to be buffed. They just need to take away from the amount of healing that all you have to do is AoE heal, and you can basically don't do anything else. And that should
I think healing is a whole big topic that we could spend
I just
30
wanted to
minutes
throw
on
that
itself.
out there. I wanted to throw that out there.
So
You
next
said
time, tune in.
said classes,
we're going to talk about healing and how Serj hates healers.
I don't hate healers. Don't put that out there.
But let's close out with who is your Return of Reckoning community player of the week? Who do you nominate?
Oh, Return of Reckoning community player of the week? You know, I thought about this. I'm going to let you go first.
Me? Oh, boy.
All
right,
you go first.
here we go.
I already know who mine is. Use the poll option or YouTube community posts. Okay, I will do that. I will definitely do that.
I'm going to nominate Talina, the guild leader of Goblins Worker Union.
Okay.
Yeah. All around an incredible person. She brings so much positivity and leadership to the community, whether it's organizing dungeon runs, PvP events coming up. We're going to try to have a scrimmage with the Order, fair guidance and helpful guidance to new players. She's always willing to step in and help out with random dungeon runs or even just public quests. Before any of this mentor system came out, she was always out there helping people. She's always sharing thoughtful ideas, not just for strengthening the guild, but for helping the wider community grow and continue enjoying Return of Reckoning, nerfing marauders. You know, it's great. She's truly a bright light in the war-torn world of Warhammer Online.
That's a solid pick, and I think mine is a solid match. Mine is Dino Mike. He is
Dynamite!
always willing to help out when people are asking for help, and he just puts the betterment of the community and the guild above his personal goals. So like he's just a solid all around player, all solid person, really really cool dude to be around. So that's my pick.
Good pick. Good pick. Thanks all for joining. Again, Serj, his channel is down in the description below. Check him out. He's been streaming Twitch for a long time. He just started a YouTube channel, putting out lots of great guides. Yeah,
Yes, mostly
that's
tanking
it.
guides for now.
Mostly tanking guides.
And
Yep.
for those of you that are watching me, head over to Sheposaurus on YouTube. That's where he does all of his content. Lots of good guides on blackguards and other healers and whatnot. So
All the dark elves. That's
all
like
the
all I
dark
play. But we
elves.
are playing our black orcs next. We're leveling up other tanks. Gonna have some fun. So stick around. We're gonna start up a new stream, or at least I am.
Same.
We're gonna play with Dino Mike. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for coming.
Later, later.